All right, what is going on? Welcome back to another live episode of Trucking Truth. I'm your boy Aaron Hamilton, and this video is definitely going out to the right brother. He just went live on his channel, basically asking to understand the rates behind freight or freight rates. Okay, so I'm basically going to answer your question to the best of my ability right here as much much as possible. Okay, now I am an owner operator. You get paid 74% of the load. I believe you haul around a reefer. I haul around a flatbed, so I get paid 88%. But no matter what you're pulling on your back end, it's basically at the end of the day it sort of works out the same. Now I don't know much about reefer, just to be honest with you, but I do know my fair share about flatbedding. Okay, now as owner operator to owner operator, we get the book and choose our own loads. And how can you tell if the rate for a particular freight on a particular lane is right for you? And basically, here's how to do it. Uh, Me personally, you got to look at the type of lane that you're driving in. All right, that particular load is going in. 123 load board is an awesome tool. They actually got a rate check where you can, put in the type of trailer you have. You can also put in, the origin where the load is picking up to where it's delivering to, and it'll give you an average rate based upon, the trailer type and at the particular lane. But it doesn't just stop there. You got to ask yourself, what is your cost of operation? Okay, what is your cost of operation? Uh, then once you look at the entire load and you get that first load rate, okay, once you understand your cost of operation, then you need to turn around and realize what it is after you take your cut, which is your percentage for your truck. Okay, then after you take all of that and you did the numbers in it, okay, now you need to look at what you're going to put in your pocket, okay, at the end of the day, because you got your cost of operation out the way, you took your percentage out, so that's out the way. Now you need to know what your profit is like. So what are you willing to work for after your cost of operation? So that way you're getting paid as a driver what you're worth, or as a business owner of what you're worth. Uh, Now you get into the freight itself. You look at the sorry, that's my radio. You look at the type of freight you're hauling. Okay, the type of commodity. Like I said, I don't know much about reefer, so I couldn't tell you the difference between produce and dry good. But I do know, like for a flatbed, we have certain things that pay better than other things. Like you have steel that always pay better than wood. You got specialty that might pay better than steel. And looking at all of that, also you need to look at the amount of work that you got to put in with the commodity. Is it just basically they load your trailer, you bump a dock, or do you got to get in and apply some load locks, adjust the temperature? Do you got to do all of this that you honestly need to pay yourself for, and think about that as well. Uh, Looking at the lane, I know you're from the West Coast. I don't know what is how they treat you guys about in the West Coast. I know I'm primarily from the Midwest, and anything going to the West Coast from the Midwest, typically for a flatbed pays $2 or more a mile, depending on the load and the weight. All right, but when you're looking at the weight, all right, now you can ask yourself how is it going to treat my truck? Am I going to have good fuel mileage? So you're looking at what you're saving in it as well. But understanding the rates is basically understanding the same fundamentals I said in the beginning. Is knowing your commodity, knowing your lane, and like I said, to help you with the type of lane and stuff. 123 load board is definitely a good, because it got a little feature on their app called Rate Check, and all you got to do is just put in the origin, the type of trailer you have, and a destination, and it'll give you the average lane. Then understanding that after your cost of operation and your percentage is taken out, what are you willing to work for? I don't care if you're getting paid 74% or 88%. expenses are expenses, and if your expenses are higher than mine or lower than mine, even though that we make two different type of percentage, our paycheck could be about the same. Like I said, it's mainly if you're getting into the reefer, you need to research and understand the different type of loads that go inside of a reefer and what the potential of the worth is. Also, it also helps your negotiating tactic with whoever you get your load through, whether you get your load through your company or if you deal directly with brokers like I do, or if you're like HT Logistics that hires on that hired on the dispatch service that is basically like a dispatcher where you can sit here and negotiate that rate. But particular lanes, Midwest going East Coast, your most lanes are paying 50 a mile to about 350 a mile on an average. Any lane basically from the Midwest going to the West Coast is usually paying about $3, $4 a mile, depending on what you're getting. And hopefully, I answered your question about understanding the lane and understanding what you need to do, because the brokers out here they basically put a price on that load that is based on the commodity and the lane that it's heading in, and it's up to you to negotiate that price. So if you guys who are watching, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're here. Comment. I definitely don't mind reading comments. Understand I'm on a hands-free device. All right. I'm also on a hands-free device, and my seatbelt's on. I'm looking out the window. If I'm looking left and right, it's because I'm looking out my mirror. But hopefully, I'm vibing with you guys right now. So give me a thumbs up for attendance. Let me know y'all here. And if you guys know TRB, share this video or share this link on TRB's channel, because, like I said, this could basically help them. All right. When I negotiate the load, that's because I know what the load is and I know what it's worth and I know the lane that I'm particularly going into. And I do have questions. I'm not perfect. That's why that little feature on that app on 123 load board also helps as well. But it's also load availability, the load, the truck ratio, and trucker's edge. Or you can even go on Google and type in DAT tread lines. Okay. Now tread lines also helps you to figure out the type of truck, the load to truck ratio in your particular area or the particular state that you're in. That's also going to help you to be like, all right, if there's more loads than trucks, that's an advantage point to you to be able to negotiate that rate a lot better. But you said you got a $6,000 pan, a six, not 6,000, but a 6,000 pound load. Now now the weight can be really, really tricky. All right, because a heavier load most of the time pays a lot better than a lighter load, because a broker figures, hey, the slow is light. You're going to get good fuel economy, so you don't need all that extra money for your fuel because you're going to be saving. Okay, so knowing the weight on it is also going to help you to negotiate anything. I say, I say, even if you're getting a $6,000 load, you need to look at Trailer World. Are they filling the whole trailer up with that $6,000 load, or is there going to be enough room where I could put another load on there? You know what I'm saying? So you need to pay attention to the difference between less than a truckload, which pays less, okay, which pays less on any lane than what it would be if they book a whole truckload. And sometimes they can book a whole truck for a load that's only 10 feet long. And technically, you're not allowed to add anything on there, but that also gives you more of a chance where you can book another load to give you another partial to increase your profit. TB, TB as well as Loshan Parks, they use that tactic. I definitely use that tactic because it basically ups my profit margin, and that particular load can pay for my fuel. So always knowing that. But you got to know your commodity. You need to know the lane primarily. I know coming out of the West Coast, the Midwest or south into Texas, you're looking at maybe a dollar 50 to a dollar 80 a mile on average rate. But that's just for flatbeds. So with that being said, hopefully the information that I'm giving you, TRB, hopefully that helps you out because really, it's very essential that you understand your cost of operation, and then after your percentages, what are you willing to work for? Okay, what are you deserving of? Um, like I said, if the load don't pay my truck $1,000 a day, all in all, then I don't touch it. That's how I usually work, but it's not always like that. So I have a bare minimum I'm willing to work for, and then I also have a max which is unlimited that I would work for, but I have a bare minimum I'm work for and plus. So knowing your cost of operation, knowing what that load entails, and what you're willing to work for, knowing what that load is, the type of commodity, is it like your standard commodity or is it like a higher paying commodity? Looking at that also is going to help you determine what type of price tag you could pay on it. Knowing the type of lane, if the lane is taken of, like I don't know what it's like I said in the West Coast region, but and especially for a reefer, but for a flatbed, it's most of our lanes are based out of basically the Midwest and down south. That's what we stay the most consistent all year long. If I go to the East Coast, or even if I go out west to like Colorado, I understand that I'm going to end up taking a loss on the way back. So I need to make sure going into that particular lane, they pay pretty good. So understanding that, so understanding where that lane is going to take you, how easy is it for you to get it out, and how easy is it for you to find another load out, and you need to make sure going in you're getting basically paid so you're not taking a hell of a lot. So commodity, you need to understand the lane. I believe Casanova said it before. If you are going into the lane or going to a particular city, you know, go to Google Maps, type in that city and scroll out where you can see it within a 100-mile radius of that see like or town or whatever. If you see a decent sized city, then mainly you're going most likely you're going to be able to get something decent out. So always think about that. It's another tip right there that you could use. Um, Other than that, 123 load board also has rate checks. The type of lane that it would averagely pay for your type of trailer. It's got that feature, and I'm telling you, it works wonders. DAT tread lines, like I said before, but knowing your cost of operation, knowing what you're willing to work for, knowing your commodity, and knowing your lanes, okay, and knowing your lanes, definitely awesome. And it will definitely help you to be able to get type of rate on a particular load you want. Okay, so someone says got a load of chicken, but chicken pays better than turkey. Don't settle with a turkey rate on the chicken. You understand what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to offer more to that broker or whoever you're getting your load from, just so that way you're able to work better. So I don't care if you heard it over there. I don't care if you heard it over there. Because over here, I'm only going to give you the mother trucking truth. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm your boy, Aaron Hamilton. If you guys are new to this channel and you like the content that I'm giving you, definitely, definitely subscribe and hit the bell on the side so that way you will be notified every time I go live or every time I actually drop a video. So that way you can stay in tune with me. If you guys also enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. If you got any feedback, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment. But please, someone tag the right brother in there, so that way he can get the information that I believe he needs. That hopefully will answer his question about understanding freight rate. Okay, because freight rate and understanding it is one of the most important things to know as an owner operator, being paid percentage and booking and choosing your own load. So, yep, I'm your boy Aaron Hamilton, and I'm almost. Oh no, I'm in Gary, Indiana. So I'm in Gary, Indiana, and I'm getting ready to go take a break for a little bit, chill, unwind, and then continue to keep heading to Plymouth, Minnesota. Be there by the night. Anyway, I'm your boy. I'll check y'all back later. Peace.